Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you guys about nuclear energy. Now, first thing you guys think of when you think of nuclear is that. If you want to talk about that, go mission mark. The first question I've got is why choose nuclear? Nuclear energy is an alternative energy source with so much potential. And they also have smiley faces on the cooling towers. So now, how does nuclear energy work? What's the science behind it? What it works is that uranium rods are placed into a reactor and water flows through. The reaction then goes in towards a steam generator. Then the water goes through a turbine and creates energy. Then cooling water goes through a cooling tower. So, what can nuclear energy be used for? In America, we have just barely scratched the surface. As you can see, a majority of the plants are on the East Coast, with 3 being in Minnesota and so much potential. Now, I bet you're wondering, how much does nuclear energy cost? Good question. As you can see by this graph, nuclear energy has been the lowest. Remember, it's the green line. As you can see also that the fuel price is very low and emits very little into our atmosphere. So how is nuclear energy renewed? Good question. By using uranium rods that need to be changed out, as long as there's uranium, they can. Now some of the fun stuff, nuclear energy pros. Nuclear energy is a very cost-efficient way of creating electricity, and it's also a very expanding resource. If we continue to expand on it, there's so much potential for it. And come on, guys, smiley faces. Now the cons of nuclear energy. If ask anyone, these are a lot easier to list. Just ask this guy. Hope he's doing his job. In 1979, 3 Mile Island near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania had a core reactor failure. It was March 28, 1979, and nuclear material started to leak out. Had this not been controlled, a wide amount of people could have been injured or. The scene now shifts to the Fukushima nuclear plant. On March 11, 2011, a devastating earthquake hit Japan. This caused a nuclear reactor to fail. One big con is that nuclear reactors are very prone to natural disasters. But the most devastating nuclear incident happened in pre-UK, the Soviet Union. Once again, Call of Duty fans, this is not the site. The Tower 4 failed and it caused a very bad nuclear explosion. As you can see, nuclear material spreads throughout Europe. So, how is nuclear energy gathered? Good question. Let's go back to that chart. As you can see, uranium rods in the reactor then will create a reaction with the water, creating steam, which turns a turbine. As long as there's uranium in the reactor, and that's not bad, you can create as much nuclear energy as you want. Another problem, though, is nuclear waste. And where is it stored? Sadly, we throw it in giant piles and into our oceans and seas. So, how is nuclear energy stored? It's pretty simple. As long as there's uranium rods, you can create energy, but you can't let them go. So, why is nuclear energy not a widespread resource? Many people are concerned about the environmental effects, and some people just don't have the resources to build a nuclear plant. So, when will it become accessible to the public? Right now, nuclear energy is actually very accessible, and we just need to expand on it. So, you've heard the facts. Now, what's the public opinion? We count with these. So tell us, Mr. SquarePants, why do you hate nuclear energy so much?
I hate it so much because all the nuclear fuel emissions that you guys drop in there poison my little pineapple, my friends Patrick and Squidward.
Our expert on nuclear energy.
I choose nuclear energy because it's a great way to reduce America's fossil fuel emissions. If my calculations are correct, 1 truck of uranium would produce as much power as 1,000 trucks of coal. Yeah, the numbers don't lie.
We went to Lifetime
I
Fitness.
choose nuclear energy because it reduces my fossil fuel emissions.
Went to Mexico.
La energía nuclear nos da un 5% de nuestra Trinidad.
And we come up with this random hip hop.
I choose nuclear energy. It's more efficient form of electricity. It's formed by splitting molecules, creating energy which is measured in joules. Less burning than other fossil fuels, emits minimal CO2. It's our Earth. Let's take care of her. So make the switch to nuclear.
And in our own backyards.
I choose nuclear energy because it's a great way to improve America's carbon footprint. This is going in. Oh yeah!
So, what did we learn today? We learned that nuclear energy is a very potential resource that has barely been scratched. and that its costs are very low compared to other energy sources. And smiley faces. That's the end of my show. Bye.